Hi, and welcome to That Is a Joke. Today we're going to be doing a new series, a new video series. We're going to be comparing Atari 2600 games and Atari 5200 games. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is I got a really strange fascination of the Atari 5200. Back in the day, I knew of it, but it was an expensive unit back then, didn't really pay too much attention to it. I was in love with my 2600, so it wasn't on the radar. But now that I'm able to see both at the same time with my arcade machine here, the interesting thing is, reading some of the stuff online about it, the Atari 5200 only lasted 18 months on the market. And then right after that, Atari brought out the 7800. Now, the main reason why they brought it out was the 5200 did not have the compatibility for the Atari 2600, which just had a massive game library. So it was missing out on all that. Plus, the joysticks were a mess. They were centered only by the rubber surrounding of the joystick. They flopped around a lot. They weren't that precise. People hated it like crazy. So that was another reason why that people weren't happy about that. So the Atari 7800 was sort of an apology for the 5200. They fixed all that stuff on there. But at the same time, the 5200 came out to compete directly with the Intellivision. Hence, the controller had the keypad and you had the overlays just like the Intellivision did. But at the same time, ColecoVision came out at that point and just, destroyed it. Just stupid mistakes that Atari made to stay competitive. I can go on and on about this stuff, how they really messed up, but we'll save that for another time. But this is sort of the first episode, so let's just try something interesting. I'm going to go through some of my favorite Atari 2600 games and compare them to the versions that are available on the 5200 and see what kind of, graphical sort of upgrades they've done to it, gameplay upgrades, if any. I know there are some. There's obviously some graphic upgrades, but some games did not have upgrades. Some of them were just straight 2600 ports and they look like crap. And it's like, why waste all that money on that super expensive machine where it's just going to look exactly the same way on the 2600. So let's take a look at one of my favorite Activision games, which is River Raid. So we're going to play a little bit of this. And drinking coffee right now. Let's see, start. Okay, here we go. Now, River Raid was just an awesome game by Activision. Just who knew? And that's another thing about Activision. Activision did their own IP games, so there was nothing to compare with the arcade. I bought it there. So you're just running through a canyon on a river, destroying as many enemy ships, helicopters, jet planes, and trying to refuel your airplane at the same time. And each stage is separated by a bridge. You can speed up, slow down, or speed up too much like that. Too much. Oh, come on, I just pressed the fire button. What the hell? And that's the end of it. Well, let's do one more. Okay. And I like the shots that you can do. So as you move your ship to your airplane, fighter jet, you can curve the shots. And I like how they made it harder by just moving, making everything move. graphics were typical Atari 2600 fashion, but greatly improved by the technique that Activision was famous for. I mean, Activision made the best Atari 2600 games, hands down. Again, this is my opinion. There might be people that will have other opinions about this, but in my opinion, hands down, for the 2600, Activision just rocked. Okay, slow down. Speed up. A little better. Not doing too bad. Okay, I need fuel. Come on, give me a fuel. And I died. Okay. I'm not gonna watch it. Oh, tons of people. Bank over. Yeah, dude, not too badly. Oh, I gotta start over. Walking through that. Slow it down. Made it. And that's it. Okay, now let's take a look at the Atari 5200 version. So let's move over. It doesn't matter what I press because it still has to bring up the emulation page for it. Come on, load. Okay, here we go. Yeah, just talk amongst yourselves while I get this set up. Yeah, I mean, there's a picture of the controller on the left side. 5200. Okay, so River Raid. Oh, too far. River Raid. Okay, awesome. Now, there's another thing I liked about Activision was Activision was made up by a bunch of people who left Atari because they were upset that they couldn't put their names on the games, like put their stamp of the game with their name saying, I created this is my game type of thing. So when they created Activision, as you can see, copyright, Activision, blah, 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 and then it says at the bottom here, forget about the press start, use joystick, yeah, come on, show it to me, come on, there we go, River Raid by Carol Shaw, and that was amazing, and that was the coolest thing about it. The Atari 2600 had their names on the label, I believe, and include, obviously in the manual too. Okay, so here it is. So there's a lot more information here on the screen. The graphics look a lot better. It's not as, there's no, the shoreline is all jagged. It looks realistic. There's mountains. Before there was houses on the side, but there's actual mountains here. It looks somewhat real. It looks a little bit better. The game just fidelity looks a lot better, but at the same time, it has the little cues of the Atari 2600, like the ships, the helicopters, the balloon, all that stuff. So it's a kind of a mixture of, they've took the basics of the 2600 graphics and then just added extra fidelity that the system allowed them to do. And look at this, you get a little tank going across the bridge that you can get extra points with. So let's give this a shot here. Let's try it. And it shows your men, bridge number 1. So it gives you the levels, your high score, player 1 score. So there's a lot more information on the screen. And it plays the same. If I could just do better. And you can also curve your shots here too. Oh. So we're at bridge 2. Oh, Jesus. Again, there we go. The jagged outcropping of the land took me out. And the good thing about it, it plays the same. So there's no... The gameplay is still there. Ah! Oh, it took out the tank too. Oh, tank can't cross. Sorry, buddy. Speed that up. Now, do I love this? Do I love this better than the 2600 version? It's hard to say. Fidelity-wise, I like it. Gameplay-wise is the same. If I had, you know, would I get the game if I had a 5200? I don't know. Would have I had a 5200 back then? Probably not. When you're a little kid, you can't afford these things, and you have to wait for Christmas to get some of this stuff. And when you get an Atari 2600 for Christmas, you shut up and you enjoy it. Yeah, let's give this another shot. But I'm liking this. I'm not saying it's crap. It's a fun play. Ooh, tank got out. See, just that extra little bit, that little tank, you know, it makes it a little bit better. Ooh. Oh, and fuel goes down really fast on this version. Oh, careful. Tank. I don't know why balloons are a problem here. Why would anybody have balloons in a war zone? But anyways, it's still cute. I mean, it's a little fun thing. Okay, last man. Let's give this a good shot here. Now, if only the tank would shoot at you if it was out of the if it didn't get blown up and it was waiting on the other side. Game over. Okay, folks, that's about it. There you go. Atari 2600 versus the Atari 5200 playing River Raid. If you enjoy this new video series, please hit like, subscribe, hit the bell on YouTube so you know when I'm posting this stuff, and also when I go live. That's about it. Thanks everyone. Take care, and we'll see you later. Bye now.